Hello YouTube. Doing a little bit of a late night video. You know, it's headed to be about time for folks to start going to sleep in this household, and I know the video isn't going to be altogether that clear. I might have to redo it tomorrow, but I'm going to talk to you about man purses. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Uh, I learned about David Canterbury and his way of doing things way back during Dual Survival. Watched some of his videos on YouTube. Watched some talk about Haversack, and back then I wasn't altogether too serious about learning this bushcraft stuff. I was more of an emotional wreck and an asshole, and had come to the sincere realization that I did not know myself. And one of my big things is I believe in supporting our better halves and supporting the other genders. The way I look at ourselves as a race is we are two halves of a whole, males and females. Um, and you know, people are fussing over sexual preference and stuff like that, and so much bullshit. And I couldn't give a damn about any of that. I got a cousin and a sister who's homosexual. I don't give a damn. That's their life. Let them live their business. Um, me, I don't give a shit. I'm married. I'm happy. Be happy in your life and don't fret about the little things because none of that matters. And uh, early on, I had bought this purse. This is a purse. Um, for multiple different reasons. I wanted something Haversack like. I wanted something light and easy because I wasn't too serious about it back then. And this fit the bill. And primarily speaking because of this tag here. Now I know the grain of the video is too damn shoddy for you to actually be able to read this, but what it says on here, and I can't read this last word, so I'll just spell it out to you, is Women's Skill Development Project, POKHARA. Don't know what that word is. But I've always believed that if we're going to get anywhere as a race, we're going to have to support one another. And that's just the way it is. And you can't live life any other way. Now, for a while now, I carried this for odds and ends that I required. And lately, it's been a storage bag. In here right now, and I'll go over this another time, is my complete sword cleaning kit. I am a swordsman, and you have to have one of these. And I like the idea that I could just pick it up off the couch and carry it with me wherever I'm going to go practice, and I'll be able to sit down and clean my sword. And we'll go over that another time. I've got several swords, some of them more beat up than others, and we'll talk about that. But that's not what this video is about. And go ahead, leave your asshole comments. I'll delete you. But I don't have any issues with my feminine nature. I don't have any issues with my masculine nature. I don't have any issues with your nature. Don't be a dick. So recently, I babysat for my I guess we could call her niece-in-law, but she's more of a sister-in-law because she grew up with my wife, and I don't like to talk about interpersonal stuff, or how that laid out or whatever. Um, and she's had birthed a new son recently, and he's still fairly young, damn near walking. I babysat him, and I got $20 for that. And I made the decision that it's time I got a new man purse. And I'm into David Canterbury's way of doing things. And so I made the decision in my head, well, if it's going to be a new man purse, it had better be a woodland man purse, now hadn't it? So I'm going to show that to you now. This is the district canvas field bag. Okay. it could be literally intended to be a haversack. I don't know. I think it's a uh, a fancy man or woman purse. I think this is a unisex purse here. Um, it's spacious. It's got a lot of pockets. Well, it's got like 3 pockets, okay? But for this, it's a lot of pockets. Because most haversacks out there, it's like one damn pocket, and that's it. And I guess if you could consider the main body, that would be 4 damn pockets, which to me is awesome. So, first of all, it's got snaps on the front, and the snaps are fairly secure because they're brand new. Okay, never been used by nobody else. And if you wonder why those used pair of pants or that used item like this that you bought, why the snaps come off so easily, it's because of several things. One is how old is the snap, because it's basically sort of a spring friction type item. You might notice these 2 bars, and I don't know if you can see that at all, but these 2 bars are 2 springs that wrap around the nipple right down here, and that's what that's called. It's called a nipple, and that's what holds it in place. These springs are fairly well made. They don't appear to be made of copper or anything like that. They seem to be made of probably a stainless steel because they're silver, but there's a lot of other things that are silver. It could be nickel plated. But they make a nice snap, and it takes a little bit of strength to pop them off. You know, it's not going to be nothing to rip them off, but I want to try to preserve them. The snaps in place create a little bit of a vacuum space that I could probably fit a 1-person worth of wool blanket in there. When you open these up, one of the things I want to do with this, because it doesn't have that, is on the inside of here, I want to sew on a section right here that could be a tender collector. You know, just a little, you know, turn your bag around, have an open pocket right there. You just put tender in, walkabouts with, doesn't matter a damn. And I stuffed this full of stuff to just kind of give you a feeling for how much shit you could put in here. So when you first open it up, it's got a sideways pocket here that is Velcro held. And I'll show you what I stuffed in here. Got my char 10. And doing it backwards. Inside my char 10, I got a piece of fat wood. I got a piece of char cloth. And I've got 12 gauge patches. And these patches are cotton. So that means they can be charred. And at some point in the future, I'm going to char all that. I'm going to have like a brick of charred material or something like that. Need to learn a bit more on that. Got my open nail pocket knife. Got a bag of meshed up jute and some bits of fat wood just hanging about there, some cheap materials. Got myself a lens out of a magnifying glass that my mom said that I could have. I just unscrewed it, popped it out, stuck it in this until I could find a leather bag for it. And I think that's about it for that pocket. Yeah. Okay. Main compartment. I got this big bastard in there. Most of it anyways, to about here. This is the Condor knife and tool Hudson Bay knife. It's a piece of shit. Though I really need to take it out in the woods and beat the shit out of it before I can say that, but it's a piece of shit. Got my belt pouches with my flint and steel in there, and a lighter, and another piece of fat wood. Something at the bottom of this. Got my boonie hat all rolled up, folded up, and captured. My mess kit. Now I don't have a canteen yet. I think that's all in the main pocket. And I'll show you the main pocket here in a second, but I want to kind of show this off. I think I've done a little bit of a review on this, but I've made a couple additions that I want to show off to you. And these are just things that in my mom's moving and going to the zoo and whatnot, I found a couple of items that would do. And I've tested out these spoons under boiling water. Now, this is from the Denver Zoo. Okay, there's a place near the gate where you can get ice cream, and there are spoons available that are of this color and design. I set a pot of water to boiling, and I stirred that pot of water damn near boiling over, that kind of heat in this for about 25 minutes. Did not melt or wilt. So pretty good spoons for cheap plastic disposable spoons. And this is simply a rice paddle that has been in my family for as long as I can remember. And it was give it to me or throw it out, type situation. There's a spatula that I don't need to carve out of wood. And this is a good rock solid heat resistant material that I've had forever and a day. One rice maker or another down the road, it'll do. I could stir with it. It's going to be fine. And if it isn't, it doesn't matter. My lid. I have changed some things up in here because David Canterbury does talk about comfort. And I have to put this back in the can later. Don't you tell me you came undead, because I'll break shit. Coffee. Hot cocoa. Malto meal. Garlic salt. Pepper, cayenne pepper, and parsley. And I got another one over here that I kind of feel with regular salt and a couple other seasonings. I will also go in here. Pot, pan, plate. That's it. Why is everything in here wet? It's not good. I gotta be fast. It's almost time to put my daughter down for bed. Coffee. Oh no, that's got to go back in the pot. I was just trying to show that it fit. We're gonna probably have to come up with some kind of a coffee bag for that. Fits in its own bag, which I really, really like. Lid. Spoons. Spatula. Yeah, no deformity, no damage. Softened a little bit, but that was about it. So that means it could take on some hot liquids, stir up some stuff, serve some hot food, that sort of thing. Okay, get that out of there, see what else is in here. Not much else. Inside here, it's got a fairly nice, let's see here, about, I should have marked it. That deep. It's got a nice interior pocket right here. Spacious. And here I've got my monocular, because I like to magnify things, see far away. And it is Velcro fit, but my monocular is a little too big for that. And it's about yay deep. This outside pocket is very spacious, and it's about yay deep. And on the back here, the only pocket on it that I haven't figured out what to do with, it's got a zipper pocket. It's not very wide. I'm figuring I will put a compass and a map and a pencil back here, and it's about yay deep. Very, very wide though. Probably put a laminated map of the state of Colorado in there because that's where I live. You know, probably whenever I go to the Pathfinder school, I'll probably do something else. But I kind of wanted to show it off to you because it's not waterproof. It's probably about as waterproof as a sieve. It's just plain old good fashioned canvas. And the second I get some fixing wax, I'll fix that. But and I'm sure there are a couple other things to do out there for that. But it's a good bag. I like the sewing. It seems nice and well done. It's not as good as, say, for instance, a Hidden Woodsman bag, but I can't afford one of those right now. Probably won't be able to afford one of those, you know, because wife and kids needs it more. They'll get it. It's a good size bag, and it'll do. It needs some work, and it's going to cost a little bit to get it waterproofed and all that. It's a color that I like. It's green. I like the strapping, the webbing, I should probably say, because it faintly reminds me of like a long hunter's haversack, because a lot of them that I've seen have some kind of striping design, and I like that. Puts it in the ballpark where I want it. Couple of things that I want to do is right up here in this top seam, right up here, but on the inside, I want to put an ammunition holster. I want to sew it in. And like I said before, back here, I want to sew in some kind of tinder bag, something that I could collect a lot of tinder in, let it dry out as I'm walking about. Now remember what I talked about. This is scout. This isn't camp. A couple of things I want to put in here is some sort of an emergency camp device, and you know, like some kind of a emergency bivy, space blanket, and like I also said, I wouldn't mind putting a small wool blanket in here, something that I could lay on, give me an extra layer of comfort, maybe make a browse bag or tick mattress out of. My sewing skills suck though, folks, so somehow or another I gotta get there from here. Maybe sew in some pen loops in this overlap, you know, really make it work for me. Although there's a considerable amount of space between the seam and this that a pen hook could go through. That shouldn't be any issue at all. It's just nice. I like it. You know, you get what you pay for. I think for 20 bucks, I got a lot more than I paid for because it's good. It's not as bomb-proof as a Hidden Woodsman, but it'll do in the time being. It needs to be waterproofed, and it needs some modifications. Beyond that, it's good. I wouldn't say great, but it's good, and it'll do. And if I treat it right, it'll probably do me a good long time. Now, if this video comes out crappy on YouTube, I'm going to redo it in daylight. And it's just a simple fact of the matter. But I was so excited about it, I just wanted to go ahead and get it on YouTube. I hope the items I stuffed in it kind of gave you an idea of what it could store. That's not what I'm going to put in it. The mess kit is meant for home base, okay, and some form of coffee making device, because once again, comfort. I still need to find a good powdered creamer, because I'm a creamer guy, okay. We might have a creamer review down the road. That's how much of a creamer guy I am. I need you know, as much as this is a good pocket knife, this goes in my pocket. I don't really want this to go into this bag. I need to find myself a good bag knife, something I could drop in there, forget about in a day, rainy day, whenever I need it, it's there. And honestly, there are a handful of things that need to go in here for a rainy day. You know what I mean? Um, but that's my bag. I hope you enjoy. I hope the video comes out clear enough for you to see. We'll chit chat later, and we'll talk about what could potentially go into this. If at some point down the road I have a competition, it'll probably be with a bag like this. Okay, because it's 20 bucks. It's not a big deal. It's not a whole bunch of money out of my pocket. It's a good rock solid starting bag. Okay, probably more than that. It's double layered, so it's kind of hard to get an idea of the thickness of the canvas, but it feels sturdy. Okay, I don't feel like I could rip this. Like I sometimes feel like I can with some other canvases. Canvasi, canvaso, something like that. It's just nice. It's nice. I hope you enjoy the video. We'll chit chat later. See ya.